server tweaks. If you like the video, then please subscribe. A user named Paper Airplane logged on Hypixel to unwind after a long day. But little did he know that things were about to go very, very wrong. While playing some games on the server, he got a message from an unknown person stating that he accidentally bought a $50 gift card to the LunarCline store and was feeling a little generous. Naturally, Paper asked the person for a lunar cosmetic because who wouldn't want free stuff? They added each other on Discord. Paper eventually found the cosmetic he wanted, and as this random person was buying it for him, he asked for his email. A bit of a random request, but carelessly, he shared it with him. Shortly after, perhaps it was just a coincidence. Maybe he just got kicked for being AFK or something. But as he tried to log back in again, the same thing happened. He was supposed to be buying him a cosmetic had blocked him. Out of desperation, Paper Airplane tried to log back. However, this time, the disconnect message was different. Someone had logged in from another location. After having a simple conversation, Paper Airplane mysteriously lost access to their Minecraft account. Turns out, he wouldn't be the only one. In the fall of 2022, the same time that Paper got his account hacked, dozens of reports started showing up of other people having their Minecraft accounts stolen in a similar way. YouTubers began to make videos discussing the problem in hopes that it'll prevent people from falling for it in the future. However, in reality, they wouldn't even make a dent. Hundreds of Minecraft accounts were still being stolen every day. And rightfully so, the community began to ask a few questions. How do these scams work so well? Who's behind all of it? And why are they doing this? At this point, I began to take a closer look at the situation, and after sifting through countless forum posts, I was interested to find out that there wasn't just one main scam going around, but rather several variations of it. Some scammers would promise the victim a free lunar cosmetic, while others would offer a free Hypixel rank upgrade. Some would try and lure the victim in by simply pretending to be generous, while others would do something more elaborate, like challenge the user to a duel, promising to give them a prize if they win. All of them do share one thing in common, though. At their core, they're a phishing scam. The scammer pretending to be a legitimate source, and then using social engineering tactics to trick the victim into giving sensitive info. Some scammers will even take things a step further by creating fake websites to their Hypixel house. From there, they'll exploit the housing's custom command feature to generate a very suspicious-looking message. One bad something could be from Hypixel. Normally, links aren't allowed in Hypixel chat in order to prevent things like self-promotion from happening. If a player tried to send one through the chat, they would likely be instantly muted or maybe even banned. However, since Hypixel can't ban a command block, it bypasses the filter completely. Things get even worse when you actually click on the link and are taken to an extremely similar version of the Hypixel store, with only subtle differences that the average player would never notice. In order to quote-unquote claim your gift, the fake Hypixel store will ask you for two things: your email and your login code for your Microsoft account. Once the victim enters those credentials, they'll be sent straight to the scammer, and before you know it, your Minecraft account is never to be seen again. What makes these scams so effective is that they take advantage of one of the youngest and most gullible player bases out of any game. Sure, the Hypixel community is made up of YouTubers and players of all ages, but a good chunk of Hypixel's active players are younger kids, and can potentially enter it in a random website because they think they're going to win a free rank. So far, we've been able to find out exactly how these scams work and why they work so well, but one major question still remains a mystery. Who is responsible for all of these scams? And this is where things get interesting. I started off by sifting through all of the different screenshots from other people's scams that I collected while editing this video, and looking up the different usernames of the people who were scamming on things like NameMC. All I needed was someone on the inside who could answer my questions. But whoever these people were, it was clear they didn't really want to be found. Everyone I had searched had either had their profile set to private, or changed their names so often that they were unrecognizable. I then watched every video uploaded to YouTube about these scams, hoping that maybe one of these YouTubers had somehow managed to gather some information on these guys. However, it seemed like they were as clueless as I was. Hours of research went by, and despite all of my efforts, I still had absolutely no clue who ran these scams. After everything else had failed me, I went to my final potential source of information, which was you guys. I sent a message to everyone in my Discord server asking if they had any knowledge of the person behind these scams. And what do you know, not even 10 minutes went by before I received a DM that would change everything. The person who messaged me not only knew someone who was behind these scams, but he even offered me to set up an interview with them. I honestly couldn't believe my luck, and as I read through the message, something stood out to me. The person who reached out to me mentioned he knew one of the people who ran it. Was there more than one person involved in these scams? I quickly agreed and was added to a group chat containing me, my viewer, and someone named Jesse. We said hi and set up a time. At 2:30 p.m. the next day, I would finally get the answers I'd been searching for.
Walmart welcomes you to their newly renovated Brampton store at 15 Resolution Drive in Brampton. Check out the bright apparel and cosmetics departments, expanded ethnic grocery selection, homemade ready meals, and more. All inside an easier to navigate one-stop shop for your home and family. See what's new. Walmart. Save money. Live better.
It was finally time. I started the interview by getting to know him a little bit. Okay, so firstly, I've been told that you are the person that runs the Lunar Cosmetic and like Hypixel rank scams. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've got the fake Lunar and the fake Hypixel.
Okay. So is it just you that's running this, or do you have like a specific group of people that kind of like all work together?
Well, there's multiple people doing them. When I was doing, there was just me and one other person, but there's a lot of people doing them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two very interesting things to note here. Not only is there way more but Jesse also seems to have stopped running them himself. But why did he choose to run these scams in the first place?
Well, I just like watching them afterwards. It's kind of funny. They freak out. Yeah, like there's lost thousands of hours of work to being into.
So I know that servers like Hypixel tend to have like a pretty young player base. So like, was it pretty easy to get people to fall for this sort of stuff?
Well, it used to be like 75% of people would. Now it's like 20% will fall for it.
Yeah, I suppose it's got a bit more traction on the internet.
Yeah.
If you remember, how many accounts would you typically get a day from this?
Oh, yeah. This sounds really depressing. I would not go to sleep till I got like about 60, 70 people.
Oh, wow.
I just do it all day because I'm bored.
With an estimated success rate of around 75%, it really goes to show just how dangerous this scam is. Most of the accounts he got from this scam to make a profit, but just how much money did he make?
Like, from all of the accounts that I sold, probably like 40, 50k USD.
Oh, really? And that was the last question I asked him. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe.
Why the devil are we reviewing this? YouTube says we have a content gap. It's the GT1030. Yeah, people keep searching for reviews and keep asking for it. Do you guys actually want us to talk about the GT1030? You know it came out over 5 years ago, right? Well, you asked for it. I never wanted to talk about this card because we recommend against entry-level GPUs to the point where we call them manufactured e-waste, but maybe I was prejudiced this time. The truth is, I've never gamed on one or even really looked at performance benchmarks. But you can get these bad boys for about $50 on eBay or about $100 brand new. And with the prices of graphics cards these days, along with how great the economy is doing right now, that's a /S to be clear, It makes sense that you don't have to go too far down the Steam hardware survey to find the star of today's show. But is it any good? Is it even as good as this segue to our sponsor? War Thunder. Immerse yourself in War Thunder, the free-to-play online vehicle combat game. Take command of over 2,000 uniquely modeled vehicles, all fully customizable to your heart's content. Check it out at the link below for a free bonus pack. I understand how it happens. You need an entry level from a hand-me-down option types you just picked up, and a quick Google search later you find yourself staring at our friend here, Mr. GT1030 with 2 gigs of VRAM, a nearly 1500 MHz boost clock, and a DVI connector for that old monitor that you refuse to throw away, which, hey, no, it still works. Which I guess is kind of the theme today. Probably the most important point on the GT1030 spec sheet.
Ada Bora.